Eternatus, a restricted Pokemon with base 130 speed and 145 special attack. It also has access, by the way, to one of my favorite moves of all time, Sludge Wave. Slap some choice specs on that thing, surround it with steel types, and this thing can do some real damage. Now, how much damage can it do? Why aren't more people using Eternatus? And why did it turn into a hand at the end of Sword and Shield, only for us to never see or have access to that form ever again? We're going to find the answer to 2 of those 3 questions in today's video. If you're excited, like, comment, subscribe. Rental code PokePaste, full team breakdown in the description as always. And let's hop into some battles here, shall we? Going up against what looks like a pretty standard Kyogre team. Maybe it looks like they swapped out a Torn for a Grimmsnarl, basically. Which means that, you know, it's a pretty big swap. It means they don't have Tailwind. And I do. So I can definitely just rock with Torn out of the gate. I don't know that I want to rock with... I want to rock with Tink. I think I want to rock with Tink. I don't think I want to rock with Eternatus right out of the gate. Just because I can't protect from a fake out. Whenever you're running like a choiced... Whenever I'm running like a choiced sweeper, it's hard to choose to lead it. Just because there are so many fake out users in later rule sets. And it just feels so obvious to fake out Eternatus. Though I am trying to bait them faking out Torn. But on the ranked ladder, oh gosh, do you not just assume that every Tornadus has Covert Cloak? Every Tornadus, every Whimsicott. I'm just like, that thing has Covert Cloak. I'm not going to waste my turn. We'll do that. And probably just Rilla. Yeah. Yeah, Sludge Wave actually kind of pops off in this game. My opponent doesn't have anything that even resists it. A couple things are weak to it. Nothing's immune to it. And nothing even resists it. So, if I can get it set up, that's the way for sure. So I definitely just Tailwind out of the gate and fake out the Kyogre. I'm not going to look back. I'm just going to do what is obvious here. Somebody on stream the other night was saying that they run a Covert Cloak Kyogre and that it still deals a ton of damage after that little bit of chip damage with like a water spout. So as I'm doing this right now, I'm scared that mindset has reflected across other people in the ranked ladder. Hopefully not. We just see a reflect. Give me the flinch. Give me the flinch. Give me the flinch. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Got scared. Okay. Now I'm just going to Bleak Wind. I could T-Wave the Kyogre too, or I could just Gigaton into the Grimm. I kind of like that. If that thing's rocking T-Wave, then I don't want it to hit my Eternatus. Man, that's doing very little, though. If they Water Spout now, they're still... Oh, we got the speed drop on the Kyogre. That's not nothing. There's still a good shot that both of my Pokemon die here. It was closer than I'd like. Okay. I'm just going to Bleak Wind again. And this time we can T-Wave the Kyo. The problem is I'm realizing too... Ooh, they T-Waved me as well. If I don't have Tinkaton here, I can't really Sludge Wave. I can Sludge Wave next to Rillaboom if I want to just kill it. Like, usually if I'm leaning into Sludge Wave, I'll bring 2 Steel types, and I kind of forgot that at Team Preview. I use my T-Wave, but it's going to... Oh, I thought it was going to miss. You can't really see Tinkaton down there, so it's hard to see if the animation's happening. Tinkaton's nowhere on screen. That's just a double KO. All right. They have screens. I have Tailwind. Who wins that fight? Ah. Special attack heightened. Here's the thing. This is kind of tricky. Do I just switch to Dynamax Cannon? Dynamax Cannon. I think I might do that instead of Sludge Wave, because, I mean, maybe they have the Rillaboom back there. Maybe they have some stuff that I want to hit with Sludge Wave, but I think that Rillaboom is kind of an important attacker now. And I can just Tera Grass, Dynamax Cannon, and fake out this slot too. If they are locked into Origin Pulse and they just keep clicking it, then both of my Pokemon resist it still. I guess I didn't have to Tera Grass if I ended up faking out the Dragon type. I didn't need to Tera Grass here, because I still would have resisted the Origin Pulse if they did. Oh, man. Now they have a Grass type Kyogre. I'm like, Sludge Wave. Can't look back now. They protect. Great play from my opponent. Great play from my opponent. If they're able to... Oh, they got full parrot. Take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I will take that. That might be my last turn of Tailwind, too. They get lefties and grassy terrain now. If they have Water Spout, they could just click it. Alright. Got a Dynamax Cannon. They can't Tera the Raging Bolt now. I just U-turn into the Grass type now. They're going to switch out. Something else will be hit by a Dynamax Cannon here. Dynamax Cannon isn't really a move that rolls off the tongue, is it? Still doing half health, even though they have screens up, is pretty nasty business on a Pokemon that is usually pretty specially defensive. The Calm Mind is terrifying. Calm Mind Kaio. The rain stops. That helps me a bit, I suppose. If they're Calm Mind, they might not have an Ice move. They could. Are they like Calm Mind Kaio and they just like didn't bring Water Spout? That could be a pretty good strat. Oops. I'm going to double into the... I'm going to ignore the Pokemon that's setting up on me right now. Because there's a Fire type over there that's probably going to Flare Blitz. And they didn't fake out, so they just let me do that. Get full Parrot, Kaio. No, they do have Ice Beam. Ow. Where there's a para, there's a way. That's the thing. Where there's a para, there is a way. I can bank on a, it is 8 turns too. So we have 3 more turns of Light Screen, 2 more turns of Reflect. Why does it keep resetting to the top of the thing? I can only click one move. Dynamax Cannon, please. We got to double into into Kaio now. We got to get some full paras. That thing did protect. We got that read correct at least. Solid damage. Get the full para. We did not, but they switched their target. Eternatus did. That might just seal it for me. That might just seal it for me. If I can wake up, then there's maybe a shot that wake up. If I can unthaw, there's maybe a shot that I could still get it, but they protect Kaio now. I wouldn't do that. I did thaw. Okay, so that didn't come into effect at all. Did we get a crit there? Not even a crit. Through a light screen, we just one-shot that thing. And the reflect is going to wear off now. My opponent can only kill one of my... I guess they... Honestly, I think they might be able to kill me with that +1 special attack. With an Origin Pulse. I guess maybe not in the rain. I don't know. This game is now so much closer than it was if I hadn't made that targeting decision. And now there's only one more turn of light screen left too. I'm at -1 with Rillaboom. That factors in. If they get full parad, then we also can attack at full power on this next turn. Another concern. Dynamax Cannon only has 3 left. If they protect, they could potentially PP stall me. I'm getting attacks off here. That's damage. That's damage. I think I win. They get full parried anyway. I don't think that mattered. I think that if they Ice Beam one of my Pokemon here, they knock out one of them, but the other one is able to attack at full power on this next turn, and I think that does the damage that I need to win this game anyway. The thing is, I think this game was totally in my opponent's hands. I think that it's going to sound weird. I think the biggest mistake they made was protecting the Raging Bolt on that turn in which they still had full screens ready to go. They still had... was Rain still up at that point? They just had so much offensive momentum, and they allowed me to double target the Kaio on a turn where their Raging Bolt was like very... To me, they sort of like transmitted that they were going to... not transmitted, telegraphed that they were going to protect because they'd done it once before. And I think that gave me a little bit of leeway. I just think if you're sitting at +1 special attack and special defense and behind a reflect with Kaio, you have to use your turns to attack. Because you have me only dealing a margin of the damage that I could be dealing. And if you're protecting, you're stalling your own screens on both Pokemon. So I think my opponent sort of gave me a little bit of a gap, and I squeezed my way in. Don't clip that. Good game to my opponent. A Koraidon team. For a team covered in steel types, that's a bit concerning. They only have one Pokemon that is immune to Sludge Wave. A couple Pokemon that are weak to Dynamax Cannon, so we may end up clicking that again. And if they're setting the sun, then Flamethrower becomes a pretty good option against 3 of these Pokemon. They have a Fake Out user. If I think they're going to leave with the Rillaboom, then I don't want to leave with my Eternatus, though I might make the call on that. I definitely can get Tailwind up. They're not Trick Room or Tailwind, so I'll take the speed control if you want to give it to me. Let's go with I just always want to use Tinkaton when I have it on the team. We'll go with these 3. Last Pokemon. I think it might be Heatran. I only ended up bringing one Pokemon weak to fighting. Like, truly weak to fighting. So that does feel good. Because Tinkaton is neutral. Though Koraidon obviously also packs a fire move, which Heatran is immune to. So we just got to scout it out a little bit. I'm going to get the Tailwind here. I could fake out the Ogerpon, assuming that it's going to Ivy Cudgel my Eternatus. It also will break it sturdy. I think that's the play. Cool. They did protect. Scared of the fake out into the Koraidon. Smart play. They're going to double protect. That's also a fine play. A fine play, sir. Something interesting I can do here. I could Icy Wind. I don't have an accuracy drop from this because of the sun. Although Bleak Wind, I think, also doesn't have an accuracy drop. Technically. Could be wrong about that. Is Bleak Wind the same thing as like Hurricane, where in different kinds of weather it's actually less accurate than normal? Like I could Icy Wind and then Gigaton the Ogerpon. Or I could just cut my losses and... I think I'm going to do that, actually. Because I could just Bleak Wind and get damage on the Koraidon, right? Koraidon's going to be Terra-ing here, though, into a Fire type. Bang. So let's find out if we get the speed drop here. I hope we do. Ooh, good damage on the Ogerpon. I'll take that. Speed drop on the Ogerpon. Not on the Koraidon. That tells us that it is a... It's a clear amulet. If it was a Covert Cloak, they wouldn't have protected on the fake out turn. And they're just going to Flare Blitz through my Tinkaton? Yeah. Ooh, lots of recoil, though. Don't mind that. Let's go Eternatus here. The momentum is momentuming. And they send out Urshifu. It's a dark Urshifu. Interesting. I'm going to Bleak Wind here now. I think I Dyna. Let's Dynamax into the Koraidon. Let's just hit the Bleak Winds. What do you say, Eternatus? Good old Torn Dog. Come on. We move first, and they don't protect at all. I assumed at least one protect would happen here, but not at all. We're just going to drop the Koraidon. That's a Specs Dynamax Cannon to the face. And we hit the Bleak Wind into the fighting type. Happy day. I'm not sure that the Urshifu can even one-shot one of these opponents. Maybe it could Wicked Blow through the Torn. Still doesn't pick up the KO. Oh man, this is another game without... without Sludge Wave. Interesting. We Icy Wind here. And the Dynamax Cannon might seem obvious to go into you. But if I don't kill this Urshifu... Heatran has a bad time. So, I'm kind of feeling like a good play might be to just target the Urshifu, and that way... Here's what you do. You Tera Grass, and you target the Urshifu. Hit me with a dragon move if you want to. I should survive one. I'll also now resist Thunderclaps on subsequent turns. I'll still resist. I already resisted Thunderclaps. You know what I mean. See, they Sucker Punch the Torn, and if I'm in a situation where the Urshifu is on the field with Heatran there, and we don't have Tailwind anymore, then Heatran's just sitting duck. Whereas now, getting rid of the Urshifu allows Heatran to potentially beat... Like, Heatran has a much better time against the Raging Bolt. Especially the super bulky variant that I have. A Draco's going to drop me even through the Grass Tera. But the special attack drop is really nice there. I only have moves that they resist at this point, but them being... Yeah, okay. How many turns of Sun do they have left? One. So even though I benefit from Sun a little bit too, I'm going to protect for a turn. If they Calm Mind here, good play. Okay. They just T-Bolt. Harsh Sunlight fades. They lose their special attack boost unless... Cool. They did not have booster. I'm going to try to sub here, because I think that stalling is probably my best course of action. They're at -2. Special defense, Heatran, eating that up. I'm not sure it would even break a sub, if I'm honest with you. And now we just kind of play a little bit of a stally game now. Heat Wave does more damage. Flash Cannon has the special defense drop possibility, so I think I'm going to try for that first. And they're losing a little bit of recoil from the Life Orb every time they do that. And they didn't even break the sub. See what I mean? We're in a good spot. They need to crit, and they need to do it multiple times because I have the option to sub after they break this one. I think I win this 1v1. My opponent saw the writing on the wall. That helps with the viewership, retention. I appreciate you. I wish I could pronounce your name. I can't. Good game to my opponent. That is a sick team. I'm in Master Ball tier. That is a sick team. Look at that Giratina, Conkeldurr, Galvantula combo. I don't even know what they're trying to do here. Sludge Wave could be useful, but not against their restricted. They don't have Fake Out, so I do think I lead with Eternatus here. We'll lead with Tink, too. Love using these two together. I love, love, love... Actually, I think I'm going to bring all my Steel types. That's so scary if they bring the Landorus, though. Let me double think that. Yeah, I don't need to bring the Heatran to this one. I'd love to click Sludge Wave in this video. It's kind of what I built the team to do, but we've been just Dynamax Cannoning through everything. So, right now I'm visualizing the thumbnail saying Sludge Wave next to Eternatus. But it might say Dynamax Cannon. I Grass Tera you. And... Dude, I'm going to Dynamax Cannon. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to Fake Out the spider. Do they Tera 2, do you think? You know, I think the Grass Tera on the Eternatus is maybe something that I would change if I did this team again. My team is pretty weak to ground, which is why I went Grass Tera on the Eternatus. But it doesn't save me from being weak to, like, ice, for example. And I might prefer, like, a fairy Tera, because in a lot of cases, I'm grass Terra-ing to avoid a dragon move being super effective against me. Love seeing the Poltergeist. Look at that damage, dude. So cool. All right. It's King Gambit time. I'm going to switch the Dynamax Cannon into you, I think. I could Sucker Punch, but if they like Will-O-Wisp me or something weird, I think I just kowtow here. I'm opening myself to getting hit by a move. Poltergeist, man. It is so devastating how cool that move is, but how little Pokemon get it. They just protect there. Okay, I'll Sucker Punch next turn. Poltergeist, access to Poltergeist is enjoyed by so few physical attacking ghost types. I'm looking at it right now. Trevenant's on the list. The fact that I'm saying Trevenant first should tell you. Houndstone's on the list, but it has a way better move. It's like one of the few Pokemon that has a good physical ghost move. Cerulege is on there. But not Dragapult still, not Mimikyu? Not Mimikyu. Devastating. Brambleghast is on there. Brambleghast could probably do some stuff with it. And obviously Giratina too. One time, this is Berm's story time. One time, long ago, in a land far, far away, I was in a draft league. One of my proudest moments. They Shadow Sneak really smart. Really smart. Can't Sucker Punch them after a Shadow Sneak. Should have kowtowed again, I guess. And they Sludge Bomb. Oh, great play. Secret Sash. Let's go, Eternatus. Can't get poisoned because they have the Life Orb Sheer Force thing going on. And we just one-shot that thing. Dear God. That was damage. Back to story time. I was in a draft league, singles format draft league. It's on YouTube somewhere. And I was playing against a team that had, it was in Sword and Shield, they had a Poltergeist Alolan Marowak that I had watched a couple of their videos, and they were really leaning on it. And I had this Slowking that was having people were having a real hard time getting through. And I matched up against this guy, and I brought no item Slowking, and their only attacking move to hit the Slowking was Poltergeist. Would have obviously one-shot it. You know what I mean? I have to kowtow again. This is crazy. Would have one-shot the Slowking, but they couldn't because they couldn't hit me because I decided to run 0 item. Very proud moment in my career as a... They Shadow Sneak again. Obviously into that slot. They attack first with Mach Punch, though. Oh my God. They're going to win this game. This is a really cool team. They have 2 priority moves here. That's the problem. On the off chance they protected there for some reason. Having the Shadow Sneak on a super physical Giratina is really nice. And that Mach Punch, honestly, took me by surprise because not a ton of stuff gets Mach Punch anymore either. Or uses it at least. Like, these are two not, like, I guess Giratina is faster than you think it is. Like, Giratina Origin form does have 90 base speed. I need to one-shot this Conkeldurr or else I lose. I'd be happy to lose to this team, too. It's really cool. Oh, you know what? No, I lose anyway, because they can just Mach Punch me here. Right? Yeah, I didn't realize how much damage they'd done with the Mach Punch the first time. They're definitely Mach Punching, so I have to Grassy Glide get a super duper Gen 5 crit. Great game to my opponent. I was a little distracted during the commentary of that match, so I'm not even actually entirely sure where I could have changed up and played it better. I think I know where it was. I should have stuck to Kowtow on that one turn, right? On the turn that they initially Shadow Snuck, I could have stuck to Kowtow and I would have hit the Giratina. Instead, I wasted a turn with Sucker Punch, and that allowed them to get their Conkeldurr in the next turn and go for Mach Punch. If I'd stuck to the plan, stick to the plan, then I would have been able to Kowtow the Giratina, get rid of that thing so it couldn't continue to priority Shadow Sneak through all of the Pokemon that only had a little bit of HP left. Secondary change I could have made is not Tera the... I really thought they were going to go for a Dragon move. Turn 1. Into my Eternatus. If I had been able to go Flying Tera on the King Gambit, that would have been more ideal than just turn 1, sort of like Devil May Care, assume they're going for a Dragon move into my Eternatus, and try to make that neutral. You know, I knew I was moving before the Giratina, so I should have just trusted. You're going to get a ton of damage off. If they go for a Dragon move into you as well, that's the trade. And I didn't do that. So burned my Tera, made my King Gambit a sitting duck, and then also made my King Gambit a sitting duck by going for a Sucker Punch on a turn that I could have just stuck to the Kowtow and we would have been okay. Good game to my opponent. And that's going to be it for this video. Thanks so much for checking out Eternatus. Didn't get to click Sludge Wave a single time, but that's okay. We still got a ton of damage dealt with this thing. And it is true to its signature move's name. The thing's a cannon. So I think there's probably other ways that you can use Eternatus. I remember a Cosmic Power, stored power set running around in the beginning of Regulation G. So that's interesting. If that's interesting to you, maybe look into it. But I had to use it. I hadn't used it yet on the channel, and I love me some Sludge Wave, even though, again, didn't click it a single time in today's video. Maybe you'll use it for yourself. Rental code Pokebase full team breakdown. Always in the description for you to use the team or modify it however you'd like. Bring it over to Showdown. Whatever you want to do. Thursday nights, nothing happens. Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is typically when I stream. Come by for one of those. I'd love to see you in the chat. And I think that's all I have for you. Like, comment, subscribe, obviously, before the video is over. There's a Krogunk somewhere telling you to do just that, if it didn't already happen. And you can also just click on one of these other videos. Lots of Regulation G teams available. Meteor Beam Rayquaza came out recently, and a Zekrom team came out recently. Go check those out. Borrow the rental codes while they're available.